Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to talk about cat introductions. This is my new kitty. His name is Maximus, and he's our new member of our family. So I wanted to make this video just to talk to you about my experience introducing Maximus to Princess. So I mentioned before in my previous video that I was planning on getting a new kitty, a second one, and I got it. So I'm very happy with him right now. They're both playing with each other. They are now inseparable. So I just wanted to share my experience with you about how I went about and did it with my husband. So if you like this video, please click subscribe to my channel so you can get more notifications for videos to come. So yeah, pretty much when actually my husband is the one that is very experienced with having cats, and he's the one that pretty much led everything. So he's the one that, I was just following whatever he was saying in terms of like what we should do. But we realized that Princess needed a partner, and we chose to have from the same breed, because since Princess is a Bengal, we decided that it would be best for her to have a same breed, because they're both Bengals. In my previous video I talk about how Bengals are. They're very active and they're very playful. So we just decided to get a same breed. Now with Max, we got him when he was 12 weeks, same as Princess, but Princess at that time was about 5 months or close to 6 months. So we pretty much set up. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you make the decision that if you want to do this, set up your space. You want to make sure that you welcome your new kitty, because with cats, they are all about the smell and the space. So that's how they do, they pretty much mark their space and their house, whatever they are. They're going to feel, this is my space, my territory. So they're very territorial. So what you want to do is you want to set up a specific space that is going to be for the new kitty, because you want to make sure that, it's not within what the other cat is, because you really got to think about the older cat. The cat in my case was Princess. We want to make sure that Princess was going to be okay with that. So because the new kitty will adapt. Now with Princess, she was always the only cat. She was the only leader. She was always, by herself with her mom. She was very shy. So I was very scared or worried about like how she was going to deal with having a new kitty. But the Maximus, he's very friendly, and he actually came from a litter of 6. So he was used to other cats, but we had to be very careful with Princess. So first thing, you want to make sure you have a space. You gotta make sure that you set that space. And now you want to choose a space that is not going to be where your other cat has been. Maybe the other cat has been, but it hasn't marked his or her territory. So what we did, we set up a special room that it was just going to be for the kitty, and we set everything. We had a litter box, we had toys, we had a bed, we just had everything so the kitty can be okay. So again, you want to make sure you worry about the cat that is already in the house. Okay, not the new kitty, because the new kitty is usually, they will adapt fine. It is the older cat that is going to feel, my territory has been taken, I don't feel good, and that's when issues can come. So you separate them, you don't let them see each other. So that's what we did when Maximus came the first time. He actually did not see Princess. He was meowing and my husband was there. I would recommend if you have more than one person with you, because while you entertain the older cat, you're gonna be playing with the new kitty. So my husband was playing with the new kitty. You also wanna make sure that don't change anything. Be as loving as you are with your older cat, because you want to make sure the older cat is going to feel like, oh, my space hasn't changed, my routine hasn't changed. So keep everything the same. Once the new kitty is in that room, you want to make sure that you allow the older cat to just wander around, to move around the house and smell, because he or she will notice the new kitty. He or she will hear it. In the case of Princess, she was like, what's going on? Now with Princess, she started acting really crazy. So I was kind of worried at the beginning because she was like, oh my gosh, she was hissing. She was like, when she smelled him. And he was all playful and like wanted to meet her and just wanted to play, but she was like getting all crazy. So we had to be careful. So we have to make sure that we didn't push her. We give her space. We took her with us. But, you know, if she didn't want it to be lifted, because at one point we were going back and forth, I was touching the new kitty and then I was trying to grab her, but she was like, oh, it's smelling me. And she's like, oh, I don't want you. So I had to give her space, make sure that I gave her space. So the first day is going to be busy. It's going to be hard because you are trying to be like, okay with the new kitty, and the new kitty might cry, you know, and the other kitty is like, the older cat is, you know, what's going on with my space? Keep it the same. So the first night, you know, they might not see each other, so they didn't see each other really on the first night with Princess and Maximus. So you have to be patient and you don't push it. Don't push it, because if you push it and you let them see each other, they might start fighting. You gotta let the older cat slowly adapt to the smell. So the next morning, you know, with Princess, usually she sleeps with us, so we took her to sleep with me, and then my husband stayed with the new kitty. So he stayed with the new kitty and I stayed with Princess, and everything like normal. She went back to my room. It was her smell, and then after she came to my room, she was normal. You know, that was like, oh, this is my territory. I recognize I'm fine. In the morning came, you know, she went upstairs and was starting smelling and started to acting up a little bit weird, but we allow it time, you know, time for her to smell. And then what we started to do, we had a string. So we placed the string underneath the door, and Maximus, he loves to play with strings and make Princess did, so we just had them play with it. And then we also place our fingers behind underneath the door, so Maximus would pull and Princess would pull. And Princess, which is very interesting because she wanted to play, but then she still was hissing. So even though we're pulling, she was hissing at him, and Maximus was not scared. So that was a great thing with Maximus. He was not scared at all. It was Princess that was like my space. So we started doing that back and forth with a string. They would they would pull each other, and then Princess will be hissing, and then he was like, what's going on? Play, play, play. He was all about the play. But so that was what we were doing, and eventually we actually, with my husband, was like, okay, I think Princess is ready. So we actually, what we did, I had grabbed Princess, he had Maximus, and then we opened the door so they can kind of see each other. Princess was like, oh, what's going on? She hissed, which is normal. You expect that to be normal. So we then closed the door, we started letting them play, and then again, let time go by. Let them, you know, see what's going to happen. It might be on the same day, it might be on the next day. Again, you cannot push it. It's up to the cat, the cat that is already living there, how that cat is going to feel. Now, with us, we actually were able, on that next day, we actually were able to let them see each other, and we had a little bit of supervised play. So, she was fine. I mean, we noticed that she was okay. It got to a point that she was not like really hissing. She was still hesitant, but she wasn't hissing. And they started playing with each other with the string. So but again, it was just lots of playing. I think it was, you know, it wasn't until it was probably at the end of the day that we did that. It wasn't like right away. Again, you don't want to push it. So we're at the point where we were holding each other, kind of were playing like that. So again, and then another thing that we did, actually, I take it back, but another thing that we did before this is that we took Princess and we put her in his room. And also we took Max into Princess' room, because Princess also has a kitty room, and now it's both of the room, but we took Max into his cat room, and then we switched places, and so they can smell each other. And then, you know, they were playing a little bit, and then we changes from then, you know, after we change it, you know, we allow to see, okay, we'll see how she feels, and then we allow that introduction. Again, everything has to be supervised play. Don't let them be together without supervised playing. And then, you know, after they start to feel okay, but I would say maybe until the next day, we didn't actually let them be together for like without us supervising until probably the next day. So when they were able, like on the next day, they were able to just like kind of play around. And then all of a sudden Princess decided to take him. You know, she was just fine, and then she started licking. And then when we knew that Princess was licking him, it was like, that's it, you know, they were able to be okay together. So now seriously, they're inseparable. I'm so happy that I got this next that I got Maximus, because Princess is amazing now. Like before, she would like scratch me and bite me. I had like so many scratches on my legs. She would bite me because she wanted to play with me, because she has so much energy. And I was like, oh my God, you know what's going on. But now they play together. They run around like crazy. They go up and down the stairs and just crazy play, because that's what Bengals do. They're very active. They are very, very active. They need a partner. And they love to climb, as you can maybe hear it, but right now they're running around and they just like do that. So with now, and Maximus is not really scared at all. Like he will scratch and bite. At the beginning I was kind of scared that, oh my God, Princess is bigger than him and Maximus is a little smaller. So I was worried that, you know, she was gonna hit him, but never been like that. She actually cares so much about him. Like sometimes Max is so food driven, like he gets all crazy about eating. So when I'm getting his food ready, I actually he gets on top of a counter, even though I don't let him. He starts meowing. He doesn't let me serve him. So what I do, I have to put him on the room, and I close the door so he lets me serve the food. And with Princess, she starts, because he starts meowing because the door is closed. He wants to be out. Princess starts meowing, and he's like, oh, let him out. Like she's kind of calling me behind the door, and she's meowing so I can open the door. So she really cares about him now. Like she now has changed. Her personality was in a way that she changed, because she's now like the mom. Now she's like the big sister. Like he's very playful. She lets him play. Now, when we have like the playtime, Maximus takes over. So that's why with my husband, sometimes we have to make sure that we get playtime individually. We separate them because Princess can play as well. But yeah, so I am very happy with my cat introduction. I hope I maybe gave you some ideas that you can use. The main point is that you don't want to force them. You really want to listen to your cat. You really want to see the signs in terms of like, is she, you know, if you start to see your cat, the older cat, the one that's already living there, behave differently than normal, like maybe not, pooping on the litter bags, or maybe he or she gets mad at you, maybe you're pushing it too much or too fast. So you gotta make sure that you're always being aware of your cat and how that cat that is already living with you is responding, because again, he or she is gonna feel threatened by the space. The new kitty will be better because it's a brand new space. The new kitty will adapt, but it's really that older cat that has been living there that has to be the one to focus in terms of, pushing it too fast. That's going to be very important. Listen to your kitty. Provide love for both. Don't, feeding time for us, it's always the same time. I feed them the same. I hug them the same. I give them the same love. We don't prefer one over the other. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please hit like or subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Let me know if you have any questions, or how, if you have cats, how is it being with you? Have you introduced cats? Let me know. So you have a good one, everyone. Bye.